All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's October in Orlando, so that can only mean one thing. It's time for Spooky Empire. I'm Dave.
And I'm Allison.
We're the Pop 10,
Yeah,
and we are here covering our first event together.
Yeah.
Which is
This
fantastic,
exciting.
right?
Yeah.
Where you live. So.
Finally, where I live.
We're bringing the spooky
and it's
to you.
not a Renaissance festival, so that's good.
I mean, it kind of looks like one.
I mean, here's the thing. People are dressing up.
Yeah.
We just saw Elvira walk by.
Absolutely.
I've seen the Hulk and the Macho Man Randy Savage, I think, was with them. I don't know. And dinosaurs, of course. You always see an inflatable dinosaur. But there's so many cool things going on here. The energy is great. We're going to check out a lot of stuff.
Celebrities, Kid Zone, panels. I heard there was wrestling here somewhere. And, of course, Elvira, like we mentioned, is here, along with the cast of The X-Files. Some folks from A House of a Thousand Corpses. Sid Haig is here. Mick Foley is here. It's shaping up to be a really, really great event. It's our first time, and we're just really excited to get to cover it.
Yeah, let's go have some fun.
Let's do it. Ladies and gentlemen, Dave Solo back with you from Spooky Empire. You know this guy, the Demon, Dale Torborg. How are you, sir?
Good, man. How are you?
Good. It is fantastic to see you. Thanks so much for coming to Orlando.
Absolutely, man. This has been a blast.
You know, I loved WCW, and I loved when you made your debut. I mean, to take such a widely known thing as Kiss, and Gene Simmons' character of the Demon into a wrestling gimmick, and you killed it, man. Not only did you make it work, you kind of made it better than the original deal. So what was it like stepping into those shoes?
I'll tell you what, man. And, just representing Kiss in general was a dream come true. I was a huge Kiss fan from the time that I was a little kid, probably about 5 years old. My brother brought home the Destroyer record, and I was hooked. So when WCW said they wanted to do a character based on Gene Simmons and the Demon character, I mean, I was locked in. I was ready to go. So literally, it was a dream come true.
That's fantastic. And again, you worked a lot of high-profile matches on pay-per-views and whatnot. Who was some of your favorite opponents in WCW?
Well, everyone remembers Sting and Vampiro, and both of them were awesome. Two different type of workers, and I loved working with Vampiro. Had some great matches with Sting. Did some main event matches with him. He was a great veteran for me because he taught me a lot of things in the ring. So, very special man and really helped me out through my career.
Fantastic. Now, the other side of that, is there anybody that you were surprised by, maybe a little too stiff in the ring? Or?
You know what? I did not mind being stiff at all. Yeah. And Vampiro and I were very stiff with each other, and we enjoyed it. So we just had fun doing it, and I wouldn't change anything.
And it was such an amazing time in the wrestling business. It was like lightning in a bottle, right? How do you think it differs from today? And do you see it getting there again, the business as a whole?
I haven't had a chance to see it too much. Every now and again, I try to catch it if I can. I think the talent is amazing. Some of the guys, the Finn Balor's and Dolph Ziggler, I think, is literally the next Shawn Michaels. And I hope the WWE pushes him like that because he sells like nobody else, and I think he's a special talent. So, I hope that business keeps flourishing. It was a special time that, those Monday Night Wars I don't think will happen again until you can get another company that can, be equal or better than the WWE. Because I know WCW back in the day, our ratings spoke for themselves. So I think the Monday Night Wars were really a special time in the business. When you have ratings the way you did with 7 and 8, both of us at the same time on Monday nights, amazing. I don't see that happening again.
You mentioned Finn Balor. Would you ever get back in the ring, Demon versus Demon, Finn versus Dale Torborg? Would you do it?
Absolutely.
Who would win?
I'm going to say me, of course. Right. I think I've got him on size a little bit, so I'll do that.
Right. Before I let you go, we're here at a horror convention. So what are some of your favorite horror movies?
Oh, man, I'll tell you what, I think that new It was awesome, and I'm looking forward to the second one. So, you know, I think the guy who, I can't remember his name right off the bat, but I thought he did an awesome job in the character. And I love the first one. So, you know, Tim Curry doing that was amazing, but I think this guy really did an awesome job.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the Demon himself, such an amazing guy, such a talent, and it's been an absolute pleasure having you with me.
Awesome. Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Dave Solo back with you from Spooky Empire, and I am here with a living legend. Ladies and gentlemen, Gillman, creature from the Black Lagoon, Rico Browning. How are you, sir?
Hi, Dave. Thanks for having me.
It is great to see you. You are such a legend, and we're just honored by your presence. So thanks for coming to Spooky.
Well, I appreciate it. I was here last year, and we're having a great time. And Pete's a great guy, and it was a great show.
Awesome. You know, again, I'm such a huge fan. I have Creature tattooed on myself because I love what you did, and I've researched a lot, and you got the role because of your swimming ability initially. Is that true?
That is correct.
So they saw you swimming, and they was like, that's the guy we need.
That's correct.
And was there a lot of training? Was there a lot of preparation beforehand, or did they just say, you know, go, do your thing?
No, the way I normally swim is the way the creature swam, so I didn't have to learn anything.
Okay. And what about the suit itself? How difficult was it to maneuver in that? Because I heard you didn't want to wear a mask, right?
No, that's not correct.
Okay, fair enough.
What is correct is I tried to wear a face mask, but it stuck out too far.
Oh, okay.
So then I switched to goggles.
Okay.
But when the goggles filled with water, I had no way to get rid of it, so I went with the naked eye.
Wow. How difficult was it to see?
It was very difficult.
Yeah. And again, such a legendary character who is included in any conversation of the classic Universal monsters, you know, Dracula, Wolfman, all that. What do you think it is about Creature that makes him such a legendary character, why people gravitate towards him?
Because I was just good.
You're just good. I love it. And you're also known for Flipper. That's your baby of sorts as well. So how did that come about?
Well, I created the show.
Yeah.
I came home one day and my children were watching television, and they were watching Lassie. And I had been out to Miami Seaquarium, and it dawned on me, why not do a movie about a boy and a dolphin? Yeah. So my brother-in-law and I wrote a book called Flipper.
Wow.
And I went to New York, tried to sell it to some book companies, and out of 3 of them, one sounded very interesting. I came home, but I never heard from him.
Yeah.
So I had a friend, Ivan Tors, I had worked with on Sea Hunt. So I called Ivan. I said, Ivan, I've got a little book I'm trying to make into from New York, trying to get him to publish it. I said, can I say you're considering it as a movie? He said, well, okay. So I called the book company and told them that I have a producer in Hollywood that was interested in making it into a movie to get them interested to do the book. Well, I never heard from them. But I did get a call from Ivan. He said, I didn't read a book, but my wife did. And she made me read it, so let's make a movie.
That's awesome.
So we got the money from MGM, and we made the first Flipper feature.
That's amazing. And, you know, so many remakes and reboots in Hollywood right now that if you had the choice to reboot or remake Creature or Flipper right now in 2018, what would you choose?
Either one.
Either one. All right, great. Could I have a cameo in Creature if you do it?
Certainly.
All right. It is such a pleasure to talk to you. I really, really appreciate you taking the time.
My pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I can't let Dave have all of the fun, so I'm going to take you inside where all the cool vendors are. We're going to do a little bit of shopping. So let's join my friends and let's go for a look. Okay, so I'm here at what I think might be my favorite vendor so far, the coffee shop of horrors. So I'm going to take you in so you can see some of the really cool flavors that they've got going on here. I think my personal favorite might be Mornings Are Evil because, in my opinion, mornings are evil. But they've got everything from a Spooky Empire blend themselves to the Witch's Brew, which is a little wink at Hocus Pocus on the packaging there. So really cool different types of beans and coffees that you can sample here. All horror themed, all fun. I mean, how could it be bad? There's also some really incredible artisans here at the show. Freak Show Designs is right behind me, and they could not have a cooler product that we've seen so far. Audrey, handmade, hand sculpted, absolutely gorgeous. Might be taking one of those home with us. But also on the shelves, you can see these really cool lamps, incredible skulls at the base, but you can get your favorite horror film on your bedside table. Take a look at what there is behind me now. Jason is taking many, many forms here at Spooky Empire. These beautiful, incredible works of art are done by 13X Studios. You can find them online. Jason is everywhere. His presence is amazing.
All right, we're back from Spooky Empire. You know me, it's Dave Solo. And you know this lady to my right, it's Annabeth Gish. How are you?
I'm very good. How are you?
I'm great. Fantastic to meet you finally.
Nice to meet you as well.
You are in the biggest thing right now. We have it right behind us, The Haunting of Hill House. It is the biggest thing going right now. How does it feel to be a part of that?
Well, it's amazing. I mean, I kind of knew that it would hit a nerve, but I don't think anyone expected it to be this popular. But it's an honor.
You know, and I always wonder. You did a fantastic job on the show too, and I always wonder, you know, what kind of person the actor is. So, are you someone that spooked easy? Like, do you not like that, or were you full into it?
Well, I mean, I had worked with Mike Flanagan before on a movie called Before I Wake, and he said, "Look, I'm doing this. It's a remake of the Shirley Jackson novel. The role is smaller and recurring, but it's potent. Will you do it?" And I didn't even get to read it first. And I said, "Sure, I will totally," because it's him. And yes, I do scare quite easily. But I also really like this kind of horror because I think there's a spiritual aspect and a psychological aspect to it that makes it so potent.
Yeah, and speaking of psychological, X-Files, like, talk about psychological, right?
Yes.
So scary in a different way. You know, which do you prefer one genre over the other, sci-fi or horror?
Well, I mean, obviously X-Files is more sci-fi. But that's what I loved about Monica, is that Monica kind of had this esoteric, spiritual side that I also use in The Haunting of Hill House, right? So I really like that mystical world stuff.
And such an amazing cult following. I mean, all of the people here out because of X-Files. So what's some of the most interesting interactions you've had with fans of the show and of the fandom?
The signing someone's arm so they could get a tattoo was like, what? No, don't tell me you didn't do that on your skin. No.
Yeah.
But it really is just the sort of the authenticity, the real. I always love seeing young girls who have become scientists or agents or whatever, you know, inspired and. But really just genuinely lovely people.
Yeah, and I would be remiss if I didn't bring up Mystic Pizza. Mystic is a special place for me. So yeah, do you go back? Do you visit Mystic?
The last time I was in Mystic was about probably 10 years ago, but I'll have to take my kids there someday soon.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's a great ice cream place that I can recommend.
Okay,
you definitely did check it out.
Mystic?
I'm from Massachusetts, so I'm a hop, skip, and a jump. But
Did you watch Brotherhood?
I did not.
It's a
Yeah.
series, a Showtime series that I did that we shot in Providence, and so my youngest son was born in Providence.
Oh, wow. Right.
Loosely based on the Bulger, Whitey Bulger.
Whitey Bulger, yeah. Okay, so Providence and you in one show, I'm watching it. That's what I'm binging tonight.
Excellent.
You got people waiting to meet you, so I don't want to hold you up too much longer, but some fun questions for you, right? It's Halloween time. What's your favorite Halloween candy?
Ooh, well, I like Swedish Fish.
Great choice.
I know, but I'm a big Reese's Peanut Butter Cup fan, right?
I'm very good company here.
Okay, good.
What was your favorite Halloween costume that you ever wore your entire life?
Dorothy and the Wizard of Oz. When I think I was third grade or something, my mom made this, blue and white gingham jumper, and then we spray painted some clogs red, and it was just amazing. And I had a little stuffed schnauzer.
That's great. What was you and the Schnauzer's favorite horror movie?
Well, around that time, that was the very first time I saw some sequence of Children of the Corn, and it petrified me. I still can't watch it.
So underrated. Not a lot of people say that.
I have never seen the whole of it because it just terrified me.
I can't thank you enough for your time. Thank you so much for spending time with us.
Appreciate it.
All right, great to see you.
You too.
So that's going to do it for us here at Spooky Empire. We had an incredible time getting to meet some of the celebrities, just see all the cosplayers that are here having a good time.
Yeah.
What was your favorite thing?
I love the vendors. I love the Audrey 2 plant. I really enjoyed that. I also loved touching an alligator.
Yeah, you did touch an alligator. Well, and we also got to see what happens when bad guys buy coffee. Or shop for coffee.
Hey, sometimes you're looking at coffee, you're not watching where you're going, you bump into someone, but they're very polite.
They were very polite, so it's nice to know that even bad guys can be polite too. And the whole experience has just been a lot of fun, a lot to see and do here. When you're in Orlando at this time of year, you should definitely check this con out. It's a lot of fun. There's good energy here.
Absolutely. And speaking of good energy, don't forget to subscribe to the Pop 10 podcast, and you can check everything out, including our merch, at thepop10.com, right?
That's right.
That's the place to be.
Please go there. We have a lot of other cool things on the site right now, so check it out.
Awesome. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel and also check out some of our other amazing videos. So thanks again for joining us. I'm Dave.
And I'm Allison.
And we'll see you next time right here
On the Pop 10.